You're live. Live. Okay, I believe it when I see it. Hello. Okay. So we have a sudden new addition to the herd, pack, whatever, collection. Kind of unexpected. I was researching some other boots, brands, comparisons, all that usual kind of thing. But these were on sale. So, without much ado, since I've already reviewed these boots in a different leather and slightly different color, I'm still going to try and restate as much as I can recall from memory, just in case that video goes off when the editing program does its thing that might delete all my videos next month. I don't know yet, which is why I'm doing these live broadcasts that don't seem to be catching on. But anyway, we got the Grant Stone boot. We got the Grant Stone tags here. Field boot earth color. And I don't have a good table here for me to really do this the way most people do them, and I took it out of the carton already because, yeah. Okay. So here we have the thank you card. Can we read that from Josh? If you have any questions or comments, please send us a mail. I believe they mean email. We want to hear from you. And here's the little goodie bag with your shoehorn and extra laces, I believe. Yeah. Everything branded here. You can't hardly read because the lighting is the wrong time of the day for me to usually make videos. Once again, their laces for this particular boot, I don't know about all their boots, are these thin, flimsy things that I will probably never use. I don't have an extra pair of the Thursday laces right now, but I do have some extra ones that I got from somewhere. But they've also included this time some rawhide. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. I might use those. Unlike the bison boots, which are still sitting in the closet, I do plan to wear these right away, even though technically I should have waited to do this unboxing until October, right? Because Mocktober. But we're not doing that because I have to try them on and make sure they fit and all that in, a reasonable amount of time. I can't just leave the boots sitting in the closet for 9 months. Okay. Let's see. We believe in the fundamentals of boot making, prioritizing fit and using proven components. Initial fit. Place your shoe on boot carpet or boot or shoe bag. That's this cloth that comes in the box that I can't properly lift right now. I don't use that, of course. I have carpet or a bit of a rug. Okay. After lacing, look for the widest part of your foot to settle in the widest area of the shoe. Extra room in front of the toe is expected. Footwear that shows sign of wear cannot be exchanged or refunded. For any questions, please send us an email to grantstone, blah, blah, blah. And yes, okay, fine. Like I said, I already got a pair of these. They already fit about as well as I could expect. So hopefully these in the same size will also fit, one would hope. That's the mystery, right? But, I've had issues with other shoes before, as I've mentioned. So it's always good to try them on. And so here they are. Now this is, okay, for those of you who are new to boots and, whether you've seen my videos or other videos or not, this is a waxed flesh, which means it's kind of a rough out here, which resembles a suede, but is a full grain underneath, blah, blah, blah. But they've coated it with this heavy duty kind of stuff. and that's what gives it this color and the waterproofing-ish or water repellency. So this will wear off and we will end up with more of this kind of color, theoretically, showing through at points, blah, blah, blah. How long it takes this to wear off, I guess, can vary. I live in California, so I don't get a lot of rain. A lot of people complain about these noisy D rings, but as I explained in a previous video, this is very close to traditional boots. I thought they were originally yellow bean boots, but there was another company that did them first, and I don't remember what company that was. And yeah, you might be able to find that out before I do. Here, these are the flimsy little laces that I was talking about. So they sent me 2 pairs of flimsy laces. I don't know if these were a return or a second, or if they're just being generous. Inside you have a leather insole, probably cork underneath, maybe. There's a little bit of foam in the heel, it feels like. You know, it looks like pretty much a Goodyear welt, which not every boot has. There's variances. You got the little doohickey here. Basically, I wanted the dark brown just because it was the most dissimilar color to the ones that I already had. There was a kudu one that was already sold out, and I'm not sure that kudu would perform the way I prefer a calf or cow skin rather, standard. It's just what most of us are used to. But the bison I got previously, because again, I thought for the same amount of money, it was an upgrade from the standard. So this is the standard, but inside out with a coating. Okay. So the padded collar is the same. The tongue is the same. The D-rings are the same. No speed hooks here. You've got these 1960s throwback kind of deals instead. Yeah, I got 5 eyes here. I don't know. Your results may vary. If you're bigger and taller, maybe there's more eyes and more hooks or something. I don't know. You have a bit of reinforced stitching, the mock toe thing, which I guess enough people have reviewed these and determined that this is a fake. Not a 2-ply, but a 1-ply with a faux kind of thing going on there. But then a real separate piece sewed on here for this style of mock toe instead of the rolled false mock toe like the Thoroughgoods. And you can see the seam there, maybe pretty good, yeah. So, you know, a nice construction boot all around. I had bought a pair of Dockers that looked like these many years ago, but they were pleather or fake leather, and they really disintegrated in no time. And they didn't have as thick of a wedge sole. They had a thinner wedge sole, but the wedge sole didn't get any damage hardly at all in the like 3 months I was able to wear them or whatever. More branding, and apparently this comes out pretty quickly. I don't know. But so yeah, so I was totally on the market for this style of boot for nostalgia reasons, because that other boot that had failed me looked like these, and then they came out with these a year ago, and I haven't been the same since, right? Okay, so boot number 2. There doesn't seem to be anything else in the box except for a bit of carpet and another bag with the name on it again. If I can get that. Okay. So, you know, I'm not doing a total deep look at all the stitching and everything. We don't want this video to be 30 minutes long when it's a boot, but we're already at 9 minutes. Okay, that's twice as long as my last boot video for, and that was, I think, a boot that I probably could have talked more about, but nobody seems to have any questions, so whatever. So yeah, boot number 2 looks a lot like boot number 1, which we would expect. Same. I've heard complaints about this. Yeah, I mean, this may not be my favorite type of outsole. How long it takes before I replace this with something else, especially having 2 of the same thing. I could get creative and maybe put a logger heel or something else on here, but I probably won't. I mean, I'll probably, keep a wedge. Just because those other wedge boots I bought, most of them were inexpensive, whereas this one, although for the price, I got this for not that bad of a price. So what, maybe $100 more than a Thorogood or something. So really overall, not a bad deal. And the toe buck's about the same as a Thorogood, not quite as wide as the Wolverine. But as I was saying, in the other video with the Wolverines and the Golden Fox, I was having trouble with the Wolverine toe bucks being a little too wide for me. I'm not exactly sure what's going on in the heel here. I'm sure it's, some kind of leather counter if memory serves and all that. So hopefully this will grip my heel snug and not give me blisters like the Golden Fox. Whereas the Wolverine was giving me blisters for other reasons and different fit. And so this might be a little tight in here, but overall I think should be good. Now, the ones that I really want that I probably could have got if I didn't buy some other boots that I did, was the ostrich ones of these, but those are almost $600 or something, I think. And so if you want to make me jealous, you'll buy those and do your boot video. And I will say, yes, I definitely think the ostrich look way better than the kudu or the, even maybe the bison. But I don't know how ostrich performs. It's supposed to be a lightweight, very durable leather, but, in terms of rugged, I don't know that I think more people use ostrich as more of an urban boot than a rugged boot. So I don't know, your results may vary. And I am going on almost 12 minutes, so I don't know what else to say that I haven't already said. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. So if I forgot something, or I have other videos still coming, and so yeah, if you stay tuned in the next week or so, maybe some of those questions will be answered that I didn't get to this time. But for those of you who don't know, the wedge sole is a totally different thing than a regular sole. Obviously, you can just see that it's different. And a field boot, or also sometimes called an upland boot. Why they don't call this the upland boot, I don't know. I didn't end up buying the LL Bean upland boot, which was a kangaroo leather. I came close. I kind of hemmed and hawed back in August or whatever when I first saw it, and then kind of didn't end up getting it or whatever. Thought, well, I already have the bison one, and it was less money or more money, but nicer leather than I assume a kangaroo. Whereas this one is probably, technically maybe not as nice of a leather as kangaroo. Kangaroo is supposed to be, like ostrich, very durable for its weight and all that. But I have some kangaroo hats, and I find them a little too light, and they kind of want to fly off more than the suede ones, which just stay with more gravity. Now, a hat and a boot are two different things, but and I haven't had too many terrible. Well, I haven't had to own too many LL Bean shoes, but is their quality of boot as good as this quality boot? I don't know. I couldn't answer that because I haven't tried their boots. But from what I've seen of LL Bean footwear, most of it is decent. So maybe one of you can try those and tell me that I should have saved my money and bought that instead. I don't know. But I want to see how this wax flesh looked. I like the nice dark brown color. And like I said, I already got a pair of these that I think fit pretty good. So that'll be this video for now.